bureau. Could they not hear us?
No, you gotta try again now.
That whole time, they're like, what's going on? Anyways, okay, first off, look at my bag.
It's a clutch, not a bag.
It's a clutch.
Because you clutch it.
Yeah, you clutch it, exactly. It's like a... Also, how many of you guys are joining us for Spooky Wheels?
Spooky Wheels. Spooky.
Because we're giving out so much candy.
There's so much.
It's actually insane.
Like a lot of candy. If you don't go to the doctors, you'll probably get a cavity.
Yeah. Like, I think this is the most candy we've ever handed out. It was more than the other year, right?
Yeah, and like the other year we had leftovers.
Yeah.
So.
And then also, how many of you guys are dressing up?
I'm dressing up.
Are
you dressing up?
Yeah. Should I tell them who I'm gonna be, or should I leave it as a surprise?
Yo, let them know. Let the people know. Let the people know.
Let me get a chair.
I'm like conflicted. I think I told some of the junior highs what I wanted to dress up as, but like it's too easy for me to dress up like that. And like I kind of want to dress up as something scary, but like
no, okay.
It's conflicting.
Listen, I'm gonna dress up as Mrs. Incredible. I bought the suit, like the whole suit. So I'm gonna be Mrs. Incredible, and I want you to be What is it?
No, I was gonna just
Frozo.
Frozo. She wants me to.
I wanted to be Frozo. How sick is that? If he was Frozo and I'm Mrs. Incredible, I'm like, okay. First of all, I love like team outfits. Like I love team costumes. So I also want Abby to be another.
So then,
Incredible.
if you want a team outfit, we should dress up as the anime volleyball team.
Guys, I don't get Pastor O'Shea's obsession with anime. I actually don't get it. I don't even know. I've never watched anime. I've never read a book of it. They're not even books. You always say that to me. You're like, they're not books.
They're mangas.
They're mangas. I don't even know what that is. I mean, I know it's a comic, but you read it different than you read a normal book. Like a normal book, you open it and like you read it this way, but a manga, you read it like this.
Oh, right? Rebecca says she's being a reaper. I can definitely
My bad. That's awesome.
I'm conflicted. I really wanted to come as like Kageyama, but like
the W sister said we wanted to come, but it's full. You know what? You can come to the church. The church location is not full. So if you there's still spots available for the church one. So if there's no spots available for a park near you, you can come to the church one because we still have a lot of
church one. There's a lot of open spots.
Yeah,
and it'll be fun because you'll be getting like a ton of candy and playing games.
Who's this?
That's Nelly.
No, I know, but what is she being?
Oh, the black mate and paper. I think it's the. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nelly. I think it's the
an anime character.
No, it's the Among Us characters, I think.
Oh, that's fine. I've never played Among Us.
I feel like I'm not because she said dream. I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like
paper mache. First of all, Nelly, I follow you on Instagram and I saw your helmet.
A1.
Did you make that, Nelly? What the heck?
Paper mache. Oh yeah, see, no, I'm right.
You're not right.
She's coming as the Among Us.
Okay, cool.
But before we continue, I want to say happy birthday to Claire.
Woo, Claire! Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's because her mom posted all those. Like, did she say it was her birthday?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's because I know.
Yeah. Well, I follow your mom on Instagram and she put so many cute photos of you. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, happy birthday, man. How old are you now? 12, 13?
She's like LOL.
LOL, ... Claire, how old are you now? 12.
We should guess. Yeah, she's
12 again. 12. Cool. Yeah,
she's
12.
You're almost a teenager.
Stefano Steven Wonder, happy birthday. Of course I do. Happy birthday to you.
Doesn't she?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
I think you should sing.
No. I did that once. And it didn't go well.
Yeah, I believe it. You sang with us last week.
I did. Yeah, you guys told me not to.
Yeah, we told you so. Anyways, guys, I gotta run. Miss you all, and I hope I see some of you guys at Spooky Wheels.
Yeah,
it's gonna be lit.
And help. Yeah.
Yeah. Just come on out. All right, see ya.
Get that candy, guys. But welcome. As you guys know, we're actually jumping onto a new series. It's called Moods. Okay, and I kind of like the word moods. Doesn't it just sound like super cool? Like you can't say moods in a bad mood. Like try it. If you like, I gotta like focus. If you had like a like upset face, I'm gonna try and like create an upset face where like you're like moods. It doesn't give the same effect. Like I wouldn't be able to be like, this person's upset. It sounds cool. Exactly. The word moods just sounds sick at me. I got it. That's the mood for today. But guys, we're starting a new series called Moods where we're talking about our emotions and how we can manage them and how they are important to Jesus, how our moods, how the way we feel are important to Jesus. And not even just that, but how we can express how we feel. How can we pinpoint exactly what mood we feel and be able to communicate that to our parents, our friends, trusted small group leaders, and our peers. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome series where we're learning more about ourselves, and that's always sick. And I want to remind you guys, this Wednesday, we're having a Google Meet. We've switched to Google Meet. And I just want to mention last week was super fun, guys. We played Among Us, and it got pretty hectic, man. It got pretty hectic. We played Among Us, and it was fun. So come out this Wednesday, guys. It's the Wednesday before Halloween, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be super duper amazing, and it's just going to be fun, full of games, and we don't want to miss you. So please, if you have any questions, let me know. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to like put in my email. Boom. You got any questions, email me. Let me know. Let me know that you want the link, and I can get you the link because I don't want you to miss out. So it's meant for Discord, but it's okay because we can change it up, Shaheen. We can change it up. Yeah, I'll send it to you on Instagram. No worries. But guys, without further ado, let's jump right on in to our teaching this week. The teach. Now I gotta like move it over. Oh, did I lose it? Nope, I didn't lose it. I moved it over. Don't you guys just love technology? Here, I'm gonna let you guys watch me struggle in the corner. Oh, down. There we go. Full screen. Boom. All right, we're gonna jump into this video.
Hey. Oh. Sorry about that. If you're anything like me, your favorite song probably changes all the time. When I'm feeling really good and really happy, like what you just saw, I love to listen to upbeat and positive songs. When I'm trying to pump myself up for a big game or get excited about something challenging, I listen to something loud. When I'm really, really frustrated or angry with somebody, the angry songs just seem to get me. And if I'm sad, there's a song for that too. Maybe you're the same way. You've got a favorite song that speaks to what you're dealing with. You've got a song that fits each feeling, one that matches every mood, one that reflects the emotions you might be experiencing. I can show you. It's like this. How does this song make you feel? Alexa, play me a mood. All right, that was a good one. How about this one? Alexa, next song. All right, how about this one? Alexa, next song. Okay, how about this one? Alexa, next song. All right. Alexa, stop the music. Whew. All right. That was a lot. It's pretty amazing how songs can make us feel happy or mad or sad, isn't it? Well, that's what our series is about. Our feelings, our emotions, our moods. Maybe you hear the word emotions and you think, oh yeah, I know what emotions are. Happy, sad, or mad. Or maybe you hear the word feelings and you think, I know those. I'm always hungry. That's a feeling, right? Well, sort of. You're probably feeling 1,000,001 things every single day. And while hunger is definitely a feeling you get in your stomach, what I'm talking about today is a little different. I'm talking about the things you feel in your mind. Chances are you might not always know how to talk about what you're feeling. You know you're feeling something, but you may not know exactly what to call it. And that's because feelings change fast. And often what you're feeling is tough to put into words. Sometimes you're more than just mad. Sometimes it's your mom grounded you this week, mad. Or your sister stole your sweater, mad. Or your best friend didn't invite you to the party, type of mad. Or maybe it's not even mad. Maybe it's sad, like your parents are in a fight again, sort of sad. Or you didn't make the team, sad. Or you didn't get a carnation during lunch, type of sad. A carnation is a flower or milk or whatever it is, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Or maybe it's you scored the winning goal, happy. Or you got first chair in the orchestra, type of happy. Or, watch this, you finally got your own room, type of happy. You see what I mean? Sometimes what we're feeling is so much more than just words we have. It's deeper than just happy or sad or mad. It's kind of like this. Do I have any painters out there? Like, you know what you're doing type of painters? Or maybe you're like me and you don't know anything about painting. If so, I bet you folks who are artists know exactly what this is. This tray here is technically called this wood tray. It's a palette, that's it. It's a palette, okay? And artists use these whenever they're creating a masterpiece, okay? It holds all the colors artists need to create whatever masterpiece that they're painting. Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? So artists like myself would grab yellow and put it on the palette, okay? Got a little yellow, they would put a little blue here, okay? Use the blue. Let me get a little bit of red in here. Check this out, okay? Using a little bit of red. Yeah, get that on there. Okay, so let's just start with the basic colors, okay? Yellow, blue, and red. But artists don't only use the basic red, yellow, and blue to create a detailed picture. There's so many other colors for them to paint with. It's sort of like this. There's so many different colors for people to use. And then people can even mix these colors up, okay? They can mix, they can do all sorts of things with so many more colors. And honestly, this is a lot like our feelings. We're all dealing with an entire artist palette of emotions. At first, we all become familiar with the 3 primary colors, right? These are primary colors of emotions, okay? We all start with those basic words when we talk about how we feel. Yellow is happy, right? Blue is when we're sad, and red is when we're angry. And these colors, they represent a few of the emotions that we feel. But you know this, as we mature, we have more colors to choose from, more feelings to feel. There's anxiousness. There's excited, there's inspired, there's jealous, there's guilty, and so many more. We start to have access to so many different shades and combinations of feelings. See, we get all these moods and emotions we've never experienced or expressed before. They're on our palette now. And the more feelings we feel or experience as we mature, the more colors we have on our palette. Now, I'm no artist, but I can tell you that I felt all sorts of emotions throughout my life. I've used so many of these colors that I should feel like an expert painter at this point. And maybe you can relate. Maybe you've experienced some or all of these emotions as well. So the question then becomes, what do we do with all these moods? Here's what everyone needs to know. Emotions are a good thing. Even the bad emotions. Feeling what we feel is actually a great and healthy thing to do. But at some point, we've all probably struggled or been told we struggle with managing the many different moods we have. And that looks different for all of us. Maybe you tend to avoid letting your feelings and emotions show because You don't want to seem weak. But here's the thing. Having feelings doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Or maybe you struggle with your moods because it feels like they'll last forever. Like the way you feel now seems like the way you'll always feel. You're sad and can't figure out how to get out of it. Or you're happy and you hope it lasts forever. We've all been there. We've all thought that what we feel now will be what we feel forever. Or maybe you don't think much about your own feelings, but you see people's worlds revolve around their feelings. Your parents, your friends, your coach, your older sibling, someone in your group, that guy losing it in a viral video online. Everybody around you seems to be obsessed with what they're feeling. Maybe you've said or done something out of the ordinary because of what you're feeling. Maybe it was something you regretted. Maybe you yelled at your parents when you were angry, or threw something at your sibling when you were frustrated, or stormed out of the room and slammed the door when you were overwhelmed. Now, typically, these aren't things you usually do or say. That's because, like a lot of us, you got caught reacting to your feelings. Like we all have at some point. You got stuck letting your emotions tell you what to do. In other words, you let your emotions be the boss of you. And honestly, we all do this. I, for sure, am guilty. We all struggle to control our feelings instead of letting them control us. After all, it's hard to say no to our feelings when they're so strong. It's hard to take control of our feelings when our feelings seem to have all the power. The problem with this, though, isn't that we have feelings. There's nothing wrong with having a feeling or even developing a mood. The problem starts when we let our feelings become the boss of us. When we let our moods tell us what to do. The thing that I love about Jesus is that so much of what he teaches is helpful for everyone. Whether you consider yourself a Jesus follower or not, there's something you can take from what we're going to talk about today. It's something really cool that Jesus said during his time here on earth that I think could help us all. Something that shows us how to control our moods rather than letting our moods control us. And here's what I think is cool about this. Not only can we trust what Jesus says about our feelings because he is God himself, we can also trust him because he was human as well. When Jesus came to earth, he came as a human, and that means he experienced what we do. He knows what it's like to feel all the feelings. So when he talks about emotions, we can trust that he knows what he's talking about. So let's take a look at what Jesus had to say to a group of people about feelings. And then he added, "It is what comes from inside that defiles you. For from within, out of a person's heart, come evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, wickedness, deceit, lustful desires, envy, slander, pride, and foolishness. All these vile things come from within. They are what defile you." Jesus was talking to a crowd of people when he said this. And in that crowd of people were Pharisees and other teachers of the law. These were people who thought they knew exactly what they had to do to be right with God. They knew the law or the rules that had been passed down to them inside and out. And they thought living by those rules made them good. But Jesus, well, he lived in a way that looked completely different than the Pharisees thought he should. He was less concerned about what people were doing and more concerned with what was going on the inside of them. He was focused on what was happening in their hearts. That's why Jesus started here by pointing out that there's so much more to our actions or words. That long list of stuff he talked about here, the evil thoughts, the pride, the foolishness, the deceit, the greed, all those things start from within. They're an overflow of what we feel in our hearts. And when we aren't paying attention, what we feel in our hearts can take over and become the boss of us, controlling what we do and say. Because of that, we need to take our moods more seriously. We have to pay attention to how we feel because how we feel motivates how we act. Our moods come out in our words, our actions, our choices, and so much more. Now, I get this isn't going to be easy. We don't just have to identify what we feel. We also need to pay attention to how it makes us act. How are we supposed to not let our feelings be the boss of us when the feelings are so strong? I think Jesus understood that this was going to be hard. He knew that whether you're 11 years old or 103 years old, this was going to be a struggle. I think that's why Jesus also said this. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." See, this feelings stuff is hard. Jesus knew that. And that's why he offers to do it with us. When we're feeling something and it's intense, Jesus tells us to come to him. When we're tempted to let our mood ruin someone else's mood, Jesus tells us to come to him. When we're not even sure if what we're feeling is okay, Jesus tells us to come to him. When we're feeling like our emotions are out of control or difficult to understand or simply making us act in ways we don't typically act, Jesus tells us to come to him. Maybe you're thinking that this all sounds great, but you're not really sure what it looks like to go to Jesus. Well, going to Jesus can mean different things to each of us. Maybe for you, it's trusting for the first time that Jesus is with you. Maybe for you, it's reading your Bible or praying or singing worship songs. It could be talking to Jesus directly about what you're feeling, the same way you would talk to a friend or a trusted adult in your life. Or maybe it's simply remembering that Jesus knows what it's like to feel big feelings. You can be comforted that he's right there with you. And here's what I want you to remember. When you feel like your moods are controlling you, Jesus will give you rest. He'll give you help. He'll give you a break from the weight of your feelings. He'll help lead you in a better way. We can go to him with anything that we're feeling because he's not scared of our big feelings. He wants us to trust him through them. He's a better boss than our emotions will ever be. Emotions don't have to be the boss of you. So what does that mean? What exactly does it look like to take a step back from letting your feelings be in control? What does it look like to not let your emotions be the boss of you? Here are a few things you can do to start. First, try to think of the top 1 or 2 emotions you have the hardest time controlling. Think of the ones that end up motivating you to say or do something you wouldn't normally do. The ones that end up bossing you around more than you'd like. Maybe it's rage or sadness or frustration or anxiety or fear. Whatever it is for you, start paying attention to it. Remember, we said it's important to pay attention to our feelings. When we do or say something that isn't the way we would normally act, stop, think about why. The truth is, it may be difficult to do this in the moment, so it takes practice. And if you've already acted because of your emotions, well, give yourself some time to think about why you said what you said or did what you did. Ask yourself, what was I feeling just before I said or did it? Pay attention to the moods that you were experiencing just before you acted. That will help you recognize it the next time you're feeling that way. Next, talk about your feelings. For some of us, this comes super easy. We love to talk about our feelings and what makes us feel those things. But for others of us, especially me, this isn't very fun or easy. For some of us, talking about our feelings kind of feels awful. I'm not saying we need to pour our hearts out about all of our emotions. I'm just asking each of us to identify exactly what we're feeling, to check in with ourselves, to name our moods. If you're mad, say that. If you're angry, say that. If you're depressed, talk about it. Remember, it's not wrong to feel a certain way. Feelings are real. But sometimes by talking about it, we discover there are a few other feelings attached to the first feeling, and it helps us gain some perspective. Find a safe person like a parent, a trusted friend, or your group leader who you can talk to about your moods. Somebody who will help you identify what it is you're feeling and how it might be causing you to act. Maybe even talk to Jesus in prayer. He invites us to come to him with our feelings, so maybe start there. And finally, be kind to yourself. This one is so important. If there's one thing I want you to know today, it's that your feelings aren't bad. And feeling them, talking about them, or experiencing them isn't bad either. Remember, we said this whole managing our moods thing wasn't going to be easy. So be kind to yourself when you don't always get it right. Don't beat yourself up about how you feel or how you act because of how you feel. Give yourself the chance to do it differently next time, to not let your feelings be the boss of you, to take it to Jesus and ask for his help. And remember, emotions don't have to be the boss of you. Now, I know it's easy to talk about this, but when it's in your real life, it's not so easy. Real life is complicated, and so are real feelings. That's why we made sure everybody has a group leader who also happens to be a human, who also happens to have feelings as well. These people show up every week because they care about you, and that makes them a safe person to go to with your real questions and your real feelings. They're here to help you realize that emotions don't have to be the boss of you. So, as you head to group today, consider talking to them about this question. When was a time you remember letting your emotions be the boss of you?
Bang. And we're back. And man, I love. I'm going to say it one more time. Love the statement that they said. And I hope you guys caught it because it's our bottom line. And it was so simple, but yet so truthful and so powerful. And it was, don't let emotions be the boss of us. Okay. And I want to say emotions are a great thing, guys. God created emotions. He created us with the ability to be able to feel things, to be able to express how we feel. Yes, even the emotion of anger can be a good thing when it's done properly, when it's not controlling us. So I think that is a huge thing that we need to keep into consideration when we think about our emotions. Is we're not allowing our emotions to be the boss of us, okay? And there are so many emotions out there. I was looking, there's this emotion wheel, okay? And it starts off with like 5 or 6 different emotions that would be like generalized as like scared, mad, disgusted, sad, happy, and surprised. And then from those 5, there's like 5 other subcategories of those 5 where it now gets a little specific or a little bit more descriptive in that emotion. And from surprised, you can get startled, you can get confused, excited. And to take it even further, okay? I don't know if you guys have done probability yet, but that's 5 different outcomes, all right? And if that one different outcome has 5 other outcomes, and those 5 now have 7 more specific outcomes. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of emotions, okay? And that shows me that we all have emotions. Yes, all of us have emotions, and we have to learn how to express our emotions in a healthy way. And I love the way that they put it in this video, where they give us some tips, where they give us some pointers on how to do that in a godly way, so that our emotions aren't the boss of us, so that our emotions aren't running how we act, how we may treat someone. Like if maybe not you guys, because this is not a good emotion, but if maybe you felt jealousy towards a friend because they had a game, or they in Among Us were always the imposter, and you always were the crewmate, and you're like, oh, I just want to be the imposter, and you were jealous of them, and you were like, man, I don't even really like that person, and you start talking bad about them, or maybe you start to talk to them less because you're jealous of them. That is an example of allowing our emotions to be the boss of us, and allowing that emotion of jealousy to control us, to make us now have a reaction to that person that's negative. And that's exactly what we're talking about. So the question that I'm going to leave you guys with today, that we're going to discuss on Wednesday, is this. The question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you about talking about your emotions? Okay. And I'll add a second component to this question. Does the person you talk to change the answer of this question? So the first part is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with talking about your emotions? And 2, does that comfortability change depending on who you're talking to? So that's the question that we're going to be talking about on Wednesday, guys. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun because we're going to dive into how to properly express our emotions, how to properly identify our emotions. Because I mean, it's tough. I remember being in middle school and having emotions that I couldn't explain because I didn't know what it was, because it was the first time I've even had that emotion. So we're gonna dive deeper into that on Wednesday, and I can't wait because we're gonna be playing other fun games too, guys. You don't want to miss out. Trust me. So if you need the link, I'm gonna post my email again in the chat. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to spell. I'm gonna post my email again in the chat. Please, please, please do not be afraid to email me the Google Meet link password, because we want you to be there. We want to be able to talk about this stuff with you guys, and we want to be able to play and have fun with you guys as well. So my email's in there. Email me if you need the link. I usually send it out on the Tuesday or Wednesday in the morning / afternoon. So again, please, 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 please don't be afraid to email me. We want you to be there. But guys, we're going to pray and then we're going to call it a day today. So let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much that you've created us with emotions, Lord. We're able to express what's going on in our heads, what's going on in our minds. We're able to put a word to how we're feeling, Lord. And that's such an amazing thing, Lord. Now, Lord, I just pray, Lord, that you would help all of us, Lord, that maybe there is emotion that we've experienced that we didn't know how to explain, God. I'm so grateful for this teaching, Lord, where we're able now to dissect that, Lord, to go into what emotion we're feeling and how can I communicate this emotion that I'm feeling to my parents, to my friends, to other trusted adults in my life, God. And I'm so excited that we're going on this journey to talk about that, God. And Lord, even this week, Father, I pray, Lord, that, Lord, you would help us, Lord, not allow our emotions to be the boss of us, Lord. We wouldn't allow our emotions to control us. We wouldn't allow our emotions to control decisions that we made, God. So I thank you for this now. In your name, amen and amen. Guys, like Steph and I said earlier, there's still spots available for Spooky Wheels here at the church. So go to One Church TO, look for Spooky Wheels and sign up your family, because who doesn't want to have fun and get candy for free and dress up as your favorite character? Guys, don't miss out. All right, guys, it's been amazing to spend some time with you guys. Have some fun today. Have some fun during school, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye, guys.